Alright, we are go for lunch.
Go, go.
Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition online role-playing adventures. I am joined, as always, by my wonderful friends, Chris, playing Valravn the Eladrin, Bard of Eloquence.
For me, the music never stopped, and it kind of sounds good.
The music never stops.
Yeah, there's music going on underneath all this. It's all right. It's working for me.
Heather, currently dealing with baby aggro, playing Frey, the halfling barbarian of the Beast. Rochelle.
I'm here. It's just really quiet.
Oh shit!
Oh, that
Yeah.
like tickled my brain in a weird way.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
She's inside.
It's got like some ASMR quality to it.
It was just really close in my ears all of a sudden.
Rochelle.
I have a new thing I can do in the evenings now.
Please call our private line. Rochelle playing Celeste, the half-orc sun soul monk.
Hi.
Raymond playing Edmund, the human alchemist artificer.
It's more like join the Platinum Patreon and then you get that.
That's right.
That's a special tier.
Behind the beaded curtain. And Reese playing Thimbleweed, the gnome swarmkeeper ranger.
Hello.
Stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. Watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube channel. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series, Crafting Icewind every Thursday. Head on over to our live post-session discussion, Frostside Chat, after our show tonight. You can also listen to all of these live D&D shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video chat, we use Discord, and for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Previously on Icewind Rime of the Frostmaiden. The Marshals arrived in Goodmead to find an angry crowd gathered outside the town's large and famous Mead Hall. The building had been shut down and quarantined after an incident several days ago, with no explanations given. The town speaker was also missing, and people were angry and upset. The party split their duties between helping Olivessa, the building manager, calm the crowd, and moving into the crowd to gather information. Edmund was approached by a shady dwarf named Shander, who offered him money, which was swiped by Frey, to feed him any information about what was going on. With the crowd dispersed, Olivessa took them into her office and explained the situation. Bad things had been happening at the Mead Hall lately, from missing casks to angry bees. A few nights ago, the speaker took 2 security guards into the facility to catch whomever was causing these problems. When Olivessa opened the building the next day, she was nearly killed by giant mutated bees. She sealed the building to protect the company and sent in a request to 10 Towns Council. She then gave the key to the Marshals, asking them to find out what happened and not to steal anything. The Marshals entered the building and began stealing everything, including breaking into a storeroom and looting money from a vault. Thimbleweed approached the security doors leading into the apiary, casting Speak with Animals as he opened the doors. Sure enough, the bees were large and swarming, which moved to attack even as he cried out to them. He dropped a fog cloud to calm them down and beseech them again. They seemed to listen to some other instructions, and then a pair of giant bees grabbed him and flew off deeper into the facility. The bee escorts flew into an outdoor enclosure where a massive queen bee awaited. Thimbleweed offered his assistance and pledged himself to her. She was adamant about no longer being slaves to the town and requested that he help them expand further into the building so they can spread the colony. But she then commanded him to take out a threat within one of the buildings. He entered a nearby warehouse, shoving aside stacks of crates that blocked the door. A dead giant bee lay inside. When he went to inspect it, a voice called out for him to stop as a woman with a bow and arrow aimed in his direction. Shall return to the Mead Hall. And we're going to get back to Thimbleweed in a second, but first, those of you that have been looting this place dry.
I don't think I realized how big this map was until just now. Thimbleweed's probably a long ways away.
Help
Tall.
me. I would like to clarify that Edmund is not stealing anything.
That's
He's
true.
Not involved. He's
Yeah.
not involved in this thievery.
Why is
Yeah.
that? Do you want to explain yourself, or just acting like just being off-putting
It's-
about it?
Because thievery is wrong.
You took a bribe from a dwarf like 20 minutes ago.
That
That was a job.
was a job, right?
Gainful
And-
employment.
That's gainful employment.
And Frey swiped it first,
That's
so
true.
it was only right to split it.
She took the money, and I was just, yeah. But that's a good point. You
Besides,
said, good.
he only asked for information. I mean, what's wrong with him other than being shady looking? He paid for information, and I mean, that shouldn't be outlawed. Who made
We're
you?
getting a keen insight into Edmund's like moral compass here.
Yeah.
What's good and what's not.
Yes, he is not stealing anything.
Fair enough.
Anyway, continue.
Yes. One thing I was gonna have you all do, just as funsies, if you did want to steal things, you could just swipe a random trinket from the gift shop, which was literally I was gonna use the trinket table that we used at the beginning of the game. Just for funsies, if you wanted to roll a D100, if you were in the swiping mood. Where is that table?
Yeah, we will not. By the way, this is Frey's idea, but we won't take Edmund's share. We've already split up the money. So if Edmund doesn't want his share, we'll leave it in the safe.
Okay.
I mean, now that Celeste is here, you could offer it to her.
True. You want some money we're stealing from the people that we're working for?
Yeah, I'll take money. How much money do I get?
20 gold. Well, wait, is it the?
Which was it?
20 gold,
Yeah, 20 gold
166
apiece.
silver, 366 copper.
Yep, Heather very kindly typed it into the chat last time.
I hope this money is cursed.
Please forget trinkets. Sorry. It's turned into pirate skeletons. Oh, it's under its own appendix. Wonderful. Yeah, that you got from the vault behind a locked door inside a locked vault.
Right.
In the
Fun
storage
fact.
room.
Eric wasn't going to let them open it, but Heather was like, if I crit it, how about that? And he said, sure. And she critted it.
She fucking critted it. Yeah, using like her axe as a crowbar, just like broke it open. All right,
Are
so
you guys done stealing yet?
I was gonna say, did anybody want to swipe a random trinket from the gift shop?
Sure. Let's see what's
Yep. Roll a 1d100,
Okay.
and this is the gift shop. You'll be swiping.
Ooh, I want to swipe a random trinket. 1, 2.
What does a 70 get me?
Oops.
A fabric doll bearing an angry expression.
Wonderful. Does it say I've been at Honeymead or whatever?
I think so.
on the
Yeah, the
doll?
shirt. Yeah. What would the mascot of the? You know what? It's probably it's probably a humanoid bee, almost like a Ninja Turtle looking character,
Yeah.
just like a Bucky's beaver or something, but just a bee. It says "Good Meat" on the T-shirt. Celeste, you got a pair of Scrimshaw cufflinks with an image of a fisherman on a boat engraved on them.
Aw, lovely.
A fisherman is actually a humanoid bee.
Oh,
Branding.
humanoid bees on
Always be
everything.
branding.
Frey's probably going to swipe something.
Frey would
right?
probably want to swipe something. I'll let her roll it later, but that's the table.
Yeah,
for
she's
whenever
not said yes, but if when
Yeah.
she gets back, yeah.
As soon as the last person swipes their thing, one of the guards that you remember being with Olivessa earlier opens the door and pokes his head in and yells and says, "Hey, I got something to show y'all."
Who are you?
I'm work here at the Mead Hall.
Liar.
He does look like he's dressed appropriately, at least.
Let's follow him. Do you happen to know if there's another exit or entrance into the apiary? We may have lost someone.
It's funny you should mention that. I think you're going to want to come with me.
Where's this guy at? I'm not seeing him on the map.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will put him on the map.
Well, I don't know what direction he's approaching. Oh, he's coming from
It's
outside.
from the outside. Yeah. He materializes out of a wall. Hello.
I've been here the entire time.
You look like some nice living people. Ooh. I'm not gonna drag your tokens around, but he essentially brings you all, assuming you follow him, all the way around to the back side of the building.
Where exactly are you taking us, good sir?
He says, oh, there's another way in to the Mead Hall. Shander will tell you all about it. You know, not all of us are happy with how Olivesta's shut the building down. But I think if we all work together, we can really do some good business.
Yes. Well, we aren't particularly happy with her handling of the situation either. So, if you can help us, we left our friend, you see. He's inside of the apiary. So we are, in fact, looking for another entrance. That would be most helpful.
Yep. I'm gonna teleport you guys. And you guys go all the way back around to the back side of the building.
Oh, we're gonna get jumped. There's like 5 guys back here.
Yeah, where you approach an alley behind the Mead Hall, and you can see a large set of imposing double doors secured by a chain and lock. And next to the door is a large sign that reads, "Loading and unloading, authorized personnel only, door to remain locked at all other times." And waiting outside are a group of anxious-looking men and women. Some of you recognize Shandar and some of the surlier members of the crowd from earlier. And as you approach, the red-bearded dwarf says, "I bet Miss Untapor didn't even mention the back door." He jerks his thumb at the large doors behind him. "Probably didn't want to provide easy access to the mead, protecting company assets and all that shit. I say, what about our asses? Mead Hall shut down. Good folks here can't work. We need to make money. I bet this whole damn region would pay a pretty penny for some mead. Just get our hands on it. Now, I've shown you a way in. I know old Vessa gave you all a key. Don't even have to break in. You come in here, nab us some cases of mead. We can call it squaresies." And with that, we're going to shift back to Thimbleweed.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Good.
Only half listened to the second half of that because he got stuck on the fact that the dude used the words assets and asses interchangeably. And he could not get past that.
You like that, did you?
It disturbs him. Go on.
Mr. Thimbleweed, you're in an entirely different situation.
Edmund would like to point out the problem that Thimbleweed has the key.
Does he, though?
No. Well, or does he? I don't actually remember.
Yeah, I thought I unlocked the door with it.
I don't remember.
I
I feel like we
either.
unlocked another door after that. Or no, I don't know. I don't remember. Actually.
I don't either.
Heather believes he does have it.
I could be wrong, but I feel like I have it.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably have it.
Interesting. Well, that'll be have to see something you'll have to explain to Shandar then.
Right.
Probably don't realize you're missing one of your own. Meanwhile, Thimbleweed, the key master apparently, you walked into this warehouse on the behest of the Queen Bee, your new Lord and Savior. You noticed it had been physically blocked with a bunch of crates and barrels. You had to shove your way in, if you recall, and you could tell it was basically barricaded from the inside. And as you made it inside, you could see a dead giant bee in the middle of the floor. You had shot by arrows. And when you had approached to investigate and check the room out, that's when a person called out and accosted you, and the two of you have had kind of a back and forth. You claimed you'd been working for the bees, which didn't seem to go over well with her. And she mentioned that she was part of the team that was with the speaker that came in here a couple nights ago.
Right. And I eventually convinced her to lower her bow.
Yes, I think that's where we left off. You guys were just starting to have a dialogue through some persuasion checks, basically, after telling her you were with the bee faction.
Okay.
But she is, and she can basically tell you her tale as she's still kind of on edge and remaining in her area. She looks like she had sustained some damage, but she has since short rested, long rested, whatever. Healed up her wounds, in other words. However, she does look like she's suffering from probably some levels of exhaustion just because she's been in this situation for a couple days. She says, Speaker Reelsbarrow, Stannon, and myself entered the building around nightfall. Or at least what used to be nightfall. I think it was 3 days ago. Something had been going on for nearly a week, and the speaker was of a mind we were on a stakeout to catch the culprit or culprits. We headed into the brewery. I remember the bees were acting very aggressive, and some had grown as big as my arm. The speaker warned us that if things got much worse, we'd have to engage the cleansing sequence, but we didn't ask what that meant. Anyway, we unlocked the brewery and made it inside, and we saw a light on at the far end of the second-story railing. Somebody was already at work doing something. So we crept up the stairs. Stannon and the speaker went right, and I went left. Just one man dressed in a jumpsuit. Maybe part of the custodial cleanup crew. He must have spotted us somehow because he threw some bottles at us and tried to bolt. I called for him to stop, but he kept running towards me. I shot him with an arrow, and he fell. We approached to apprehend him, but he seemed to drink something, and within moments he was growing. We were too stunned to do anything but watch as I think he doubled in size. I notched another arrow and called for his surrender, but he slammed into me before I could act, threw me across the room. The other two tackled him, and all of them went tumbling over the side, crashing into one of the barrels. Now, the barrel exploded, sent them all tumbling out, coughing and sputtering, and Giant Man just grabbed one of the floor grates, lifted it up like it was nothing, and dropped down below. I ran up to them, but then she seems to shudder. That mead that spilled everywhere just seemed to come to life. And I saw it reach out for Stannon and Kendrick, and they started screaming. I grabbed Kendrick's hand and tried dragging him and slashing at that stuff with my sword, but it split apart and just kept coming. I saw the man's flesh burning. At some point, I looked down and I was just dragging half a torso. I dropped it and ran into the warehouse. I think I passed out. When I came to, there was a bee the size of a damn bear in here. I killed it with a couple arrows before it found me, and I boarded up the outside door. This shit is not what I signed up for.
I'll say, I don't want to be in this mess either.
Bye.
What exactly was your plan in here? Were you just gonna hide out here until what?
I don't know. I was hoping help would arrive, and I realized we hadn't come out yet. But
Well-
I haven't seen anybody in days, and then you come in here, no offense, but talking about how you're part of sent by the bees. What's the outside world like? Is it ruled by bees?
Not yet. And it won't be ruled by these bees. No bees tell me what to do. I'm Thimbleweed.
That's good to hear.
It is good for you and good for me and good for everyone. I do have friends outside of this place, but I'm at a loss of how to get to them. I find myself a little trapped also. I'd like to leave.
I would like that as well. How did you get in here if you're still trapped?
I am on the mission of the bees.
I'm getting echoing, by the way, with Rochelle's mic.
Oh,
I don't know if it's picking it up.
I'm gonna close the door real fast.
It kind of goes with your personality a little bit. With
when you were announcing your name, it worked.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. And the acoustics in the warehouse are just incredible.
Turn down my input volume.
As if on cue, Thimbleweed, you see behind you, you hear the buzzing grow more violent, and you look back and realize the door is, that was boarded up, is obviously no longer boarded because you went through it, and you see several giant bees emerge, buzzing angrily and coming in, and they, you can understand them, obviously she can't, but they appear to be saying, "Yes, let us in! Excellent, kill the dangerous one!" And all this back and forth. And I'm going to need you to roll for initiative, and then we are going to go back to Team B.
You let the bees in.
I mean, sorry, not Team B, but Team
Opposite of
other
Team B.
shit. The ones that don't involve the bees yet.
The bees stab you to death, boy.
Let's
Oh,
hope not.
Look at that initiative. All right, but for now, some of you with the distance, is that turn-based combat I hear?
Time is slowing down to 6-second increments.
Why can I only do one action at a time? What foul sorcery is this?
And yet talk for entire paragraphs.
That's right. Funny how that works.
3-minute speech and then to a 6-second action.
So yes, Shandar has met you all in an alleyway and said, here's a backdoor entrance. Please grab some mead for us lowly, regular folks.
I must say, my friends, I lack the insight into the cohesiveness of your plan. You are employees of this establishment, are you not?
Just about everybody in town works for good Mead Hall.
So, in what manner would it be in your best interest to steal from your employers?
The
Would
manner
that not
that we need the money.
result in your termination from your employment?
Well, we are clearly hoping not to declare ourselves and turn ourselves in.
Ah, so hands in the cash register sort of situation.
I mean, we're not sure what exactly is going on in there, but it must be serious for them to shut down the entire Mead Hall for several days, putting this entire town's economy into a standstill, and I bet now, probably around now, most of 10 towns is starting to run dry.
I think this will teach you a valuable lesson, not to put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe you should branch out and find other trades and crafts to do besides just making mead.
Well, you know what? It takes money to get started doing that stuff now, doesn't it? So this would be the best way to fund our new ventures.
Then perhaps you should not be giving it away for information.
Yeah, that was...
Ray is like 2 inches from their ears when she says that. She's like right up for their...
Yeah, it just jumps as you like...
Oh, God, I was right here the whole time.
Well, that was a friendly advance. Seeing as how we're all friendly with each other.
And this is a friendly warning. Go home until we're done.
I will, in advance of my friend's warning, I will impart some information upon you fellows who clearly do not know exactly what is going on here. There are, suffice to say, monsters behind this door. Creatures that will undoubtedly do terrible things to whoever attempts to enter. We do have the intention of braving that threat, but looking at you all, I do not know if you have the martial prowess to withstand these fearsome creatures as you withdraw your ill-gotten gains.
You're absolutely right, which is why you are going to be the ones to go in, get that mead, maybe save the day, whatever it is that you need to do. We're just asking you, on your way out, you grab some mead casks into this back alley. You can turn around if it makes you feel better. You can just leave them in the alley and just leave. And we'll leave some money, perhaps. Don't have much more. I already gave some friendship money.
That's an interesting euphemism. Yes, well, I don't know if you are quite aware of the costs these days for martial work, adventuring, bodyguarding, that sort of thing, but let's just assume that you are not aware how much this sort of request would normally cost.
Wait, you might want to wrap this up, Pal Robin. I don't care too much for Thimbleweed, but he's probably stung to death right now.
Cries of... Gnomish cries of pain.
Pal Robin here is like debating with this pan about
That's
rights and wrongs.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's talk about this town's economy.
Weren't you? And then Edmund kind of says aloud, "Weren't you the ones that just broke into a safe?"
Don't mention that. Might be a boy. Neither here nor there.
Hypocrisy is astounding.
Well, for the time being, let us simply leave it at we require entrance to eliminate whatever threat might prevent you from going in at all, and we will see what happens from there.
They look at each other and just kind of shrug and nod.
Paul Robin's just confused them, so they don't know what he's talking about anymore. Which is fine.
So, how do you all want to... Because Shandar's just looking at you all and looking at this locked door expectantly. He doesn't seem to realize that you all missing a person who had the key.
Oh. So your help then was simply to point out his door and say, there is your entrance. You had no other aid to offer in this endeavor.
That's right.
Frey is going to get in their faces and start growling at them and just like maybe barking at them a little bit, just trying to intimidate them to get them to leave at this point. We got it from here, and Varobin will back that up, and he'll just say, well then, thank you for your help. We will take it from here. And then Frey will run at them and intimidate them away.
Okay. I don't know if Frey can. I don't think she can roll, but
Yeah, give me her sheet. I'll take care of it.
sure.
Edmund's going to attempt to pick the lock.
Okay. All right. You
Yep.
should have control.
Got it. She doesn't have advantage on intimidation or anything for any reason, does she?
I don't think so.
Okay. Intimidation. That was her.
A pretty bad attempt. But in fairness, I will see. Could always do worse.
She could, if she texts me very quickly, she could use her inspiration.
I mean, I guess I could see if it fails or succeeds
Yeah.
or not. Oh shit, that whispered to me. That was going to be a fail.
I rolled a 7. Just FYI, I rolled a 4 on a +3.
Yeah, it's not great.
Frey's going to use some inspiration. To try that
Can't feel it intimidating. I'll go ahead and tell you it was a 15. Okay.
Oh,
Still,
man. All
yeah.
right. Well, then it's still a failure.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9.
On my +0, I rolled a 15.
Yeah,
So she
that's
growls
a
and
12.
scares her best, and Shannon just kind of grunts. Says, I'm a logger out in the woods. I've seen a lot of terrible things. That one is pretty terrible, though. It's alright. No need to be hanging around here. It might be misconstrued, but perhaps we'll see you all on the way out just to make sure the exchange goes off pleasantly.
Sure. I'm sure we will see each other again in the near future.
Alright, they move on. Edmund stepped away. Pick the lock first, sir. Oh, there he goes. Okay.
Alright.
Despite your lack of key, Edmund is able to pick the lock without destroying it. That big old like chain lock around the doors. And you are able to open. And it opens into a courtyard with high walls topped with razor wire. Barrels are stacked against the walls, while a small ramp leads to a large door to the east. To the south is a smaller door with a sign that reads, "Employees Only." You all can enter the courtyard. Meanwhile, in turn-based combat mode land,
Yes.
we're going to have a giant bee is going to angrily fly over.
Whew.
Yeah, they still, by the way, as you can see, they still regard you as an ally.
This is gonna get real awkward for her real fast.
Exactly. You essentially they're like, thank you, now let's go kill her.
Anytime, fellas.
As they move to sting her, which is going to hit.
Oops, I left the door open.
Yep. And she needs to make a con save. She looks like she's obviously more than a commoner, but not an adventurer. Oh, damn it, that's whispered. She did make the save. How many sheets? I didn't check for auto-whispering. Let's see, so that means she takes half damage on a successful save, so half of 12 is 6, so she takes 10 total damage. So she takes a nasty, that wasp comes up and just stabs her, like right in the midsection. She doubles over, but you can see her still like hanging on. And on her turn, she will scream out. She's like, "You bastard!"
I didn't know the door was open.
You let them in.
Let them in. Well, these crates are faulty.
And she will attempt to stab at them with her short sword. Or stab at this one, I guess. Teen does hit. She swipes again. But 11 misses. She can tell she's in pain badly, and that bee is just still looming in front of her. That one. Another one does the same thing. Flies over you, Thimbleweed, and just charges at her in flight and stings. Oh, God. Oh, God.
That's gotta hurt.
It's gotta hurt pretty bad. Oh, man. She's gotta make another con save. This is not the bee, this is her. A 12 is good enough. Half as much damage, half of 7. Which way do we round?
I think down for damage.
So she takes 7 total, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She goes down, even with making the save. That other one just stabs her, and even though you can see her like fight off the effects of the poison, it was just she's like losing too much blood. Thimbleweed, how do you react to this on your turn?
Bye.
Yeah. Go inform the queen that her enemy is dead. I'll stay here with the body and bring it with shortly.
Give me an animal handling check. But I will give you advantage because you have played your role fairly well so far.
Good thing I had that advantage.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's you like sticking to your persona as the bee master.
You never let it let on.
No, yeah, yeah.
Her to death.
They seem to nod in like bob their heads, and they turn and fly off in a victory formation. So I will take you out of initiative.
Try to give her a potion of healing, or she is dead.
I will allow her to be in some kind of death throes for sure. If you administer aid, immediately you think you might be able to stabilize her.
All right, I'll stabilize her.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll barricade the door.
All right. You can have a point of inspiration for saving her.
Right.
But she is, what I'm going to rule is that the potion of healing did not completely restore her. It just basically put her in the stabilized condition. So she is still unconscious, but she is alive.
And then I'll start checking out any other doors for escaping.
Okay. As you do that, we've got another team to check out doors. Team C?
Or intaking.
Yes.
Team C.
I can't use Team B. There's just
Team Alley right now.
Team Alleyway.
Yeah, Team A, Team Alley.
Team A. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Team D.
Team D for Thimbleweed.
True, he's on his own team.
All right, yes, the door's open, and as I said, there's a courtyard with looks like a loading and unloading zone, empty barrels stacked up, crates, wagons, carts, a ramp that leads up to a large double door, and then a smaller door that reads employees only.
All right, let's look look around. So sorry.
The Tim
The
Allen
door-
team. Sorry.
Where's the
That-
door that says employees only?
That one sent me. That door is to the south, inside the courtyard, and then yeah, their door is the big one to the east.
Over there. This is probably where they keep the good stuff. Good mead.
Could be.
The goodest of meads.
So this is a door.
It is.
I'm gonna try open this door.
All right. That door. We're just gonna say that Edmund opens it because I'm not gonna wait for him to come back. Into a small room that features a desk with paperwork strewn about, listing employee schedules and hours. Shelf that reaches nearly up to the ceiling features locked cabinets with name labels, while another locked door lies to the east.
Can I, let's see, so I think it's all these cabinets are locked. I'm gonna start jiggling things. And see
Only
if
you
I can
guys had a
open
master
it.
key
Only.
that opened everything. I'm gonna have everybody roll me perception checks.
Okay.
Or at least those of you that are exploring inside the buildings. And
well,
Thimbleweed, you
that's-
can roll one as well. Because you specifically said you were like going around to different doors. So unless you're enamored with the paper. Just single-minded.
This is Frey, not me.
Okay.
Paul Robin was, yeah. Robin's gonna go check this door out.
Yeah, Thimbleweed, you can hear noises coming from this door to your northwest. The sound of a door opening, people walking in, all that good stuff.
Okay. Man, I cannot see that door. All right.
So in
I
your
will-
in your room, there's the door up here in this corner, and it is labeled employees only. And then you see and it's locked, but you have the key. And then you see a door to the east, which is not labeled, but also has stacks of barrels and crates put in front of it, as if barricaded from the inside.
I will listen at this door.
Okay. Are the rest of you making any noise? Because
I mean,
that is
Frey was.
We are staying perfectly still.
each of you out stealthing the other.
They hear a noise on the other side of that door, so they all freeze and don't make any sound.
Yeah.
And we got like a
Everybody
Coen Brothers no Country for Old Men situation. We're just two people listening on either side of a door for like 5 minutes.
I'm sure that's a good reference for all you Coen Brothers fans.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, but I don't remember the reference.
No.
I'm sorry.
I hope I remember the right movie.
The real fans are very disappointed now. No Captain America GIF for you.
I don't rewatch a lot of movies.
Yeah, there's a funny scene as the camera pulls back with the door in the middle and the two parties just like listening fervently at this door at each
Right.
other.
I'm gonna get ready to kick the door down.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, and Frey was also not being quiet. She was like rummaging through stuff in that room.
Yeah,
It was-
sure.
Yeah. So.
All right, I pull out my short sword.
Surprise! Stab! Stab!
Stab, 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 stab.
Oh god, they're both dead. You guys really need to have like a secret phrase or something. It could be "Don't kill me." It doesn't have to be
From the
that secret.
fire, you idiots!
Are these casks of meads that Valrav and I are standing next to?
Is what? Sorry.
Are these casks of mead that Valrav and I are standing next to?
They appear to be empty.
Mm.
Isn't quite going to be that easy. So that door is locked, and the only one that has a key is Thimbleweed. Although Edmund could choose to pick that lock if he wanted to.
I'll
pick the lock.
slowly unlock it and open the door.
Celeste, you hear somebody click click.
Celeste screams and tries to dive under this desk.
Yep.
That is.
I jump out and start waving my sword around wildly.
Yep. Probably, yeah. Frey gets in like full battle stance, and that is what you all see. You open the door. Thimbleweed, you are reunited.
You'll never take me alive, bees!
That's actually a really normal thing for him to say.
Except in the middle of the night saying that. It's
Yes, yeah.
not unusual.
His usual night terrors. Never take me alive, bees. Oh, it's bees this night. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so I think somebody mentioned they were rummaging through papers at some point, looking at like for information or something. And if you really did your homework, you all might remember a name that Olivessa gave you. No,
Janitor was his name.
Janitor, Dr. Yanni Tor. Celeste, you find a write-up that's dated recently that catches your eye. An employee by the name of Gage apparently met with her supervisor nearly a week ago, telling them that she was suspicious of two custodial workers, Harold and Dugan, and claimed they were stealing mead when they thought no one was looking. But she didn't seem to have any concrete evidence, and the complaint was never followed up on.
Well, Celeste finds this very discriminatory and offensive.
Custodial staff are angels.
No custodian would ever steal.
That's against the code.
That's right.
Okay, so Gage thought that there were some custodians stealing mead.
And
Okay.
Harold and something. Dougie.
Harold and Dugan. I believe Dugan was the name. I mean, unless my memory fails me, I believe Dugan was the name that the manager lady gave us of the guy who disappeared.
The name was actually Harold, so it did fail you.
Ow. I had a 50-50 shot.
You shot your shot.
But you said it with confidence.
You did.
Yeah, I was confident. It was.
My friends, I believe it was Dugan who wronged us. And you, as you turn around, you see a shelf full of, whatever the fantasy medieval version of like employee cubbies and lockers that are, all locked. But Thimbleweed has a key, and you notice they all have names.
Ooh, open Heralds, open Heralds. Or Dugans,
Or Gages, I
Gage,
guess.
or Gage. Maybe Gage is
Let's just
falsely
get into the
maybe.
personal
How about we
lives of
just
every
open all?
employee.
Yeah. So yeah, Thimbleweed, that's on you. And if you wanted to at some point tell everybody what you've experienced, you can do that as well. They're just pulling you into like, let's investigate these employee personnel files. Thimbleweed's like, I've seen some shit.
Yeah, we're sure you're fine, Thimbleweed. It's not about.
But we have paperwork. Whoa.
I am so glad to see you guys. I work for the bees now.
Yeah. But Gage said some shit about these other guys.
They want to take over the world.
These guys are
Why do
stealing
not
me.
If I do not help them, they will kill me.
They might be listening right now.
He sounds so genuinely afraid.
I mean,
waiting at my house.
those bees-
You don't understand. They have their pockets and everything.
the bee. You see a white van parked outside. Just fucking bees and
watching me.
hats.
Boy.
He opens the curtains, the bees just fucking drive off.
think we broke Eric. Mitchell Beers driving a white van is destroyed our DM.
That's too much. Oh man. Next time, a van full of bees.
Van full of mafia bees.
That's right.
1-800-Flowers, put it on the side.
You just drive by your house slowly and tip their hat.
In the violin case, instead of a gun, it's a stinger.
That's right.
He's still cocking though. God. Yeah, that'll be a random encounter in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what do you want to? So
Not what we were talking about.
He was trying to explain what was happening, and you guys had an equally dramatic story to tell.
Right. You work for bees now.
Indeed. And you have personnel files to go through.
Yes.
Well, I'll wait until you're done.
Most appreciated, good sir.
There may not be an unconscious woman back there.
Oh, yeah. Are you mentioning conscious woman?
No, I
He
do
does
not.
not. To be fair, it makes them look kind of bad because he did bring the bees in.
Yeah. That's the
People
part of
would
the
forget
story.
better.
Wake up in the morning with a headache. It'll be fine.
Alright, which locker would you like to check?
Hammond. I already forgot the name.
Hammond? Is there a name Hammond?
I literally put them in the chat window.
Hey, DM,
Oh,
give us the first and last name of every single employee.
Harold.
Is there a Johnson?
The giant bee gave us the employees' names.
That's right.
See, what's funny is you open one of these lockers and then just bees come out of the fucking locker.
You're waiting. Yeah, just going on the line. I think you were going for Harold. So.
Yes.
All right,
It's close, though.
you open Harold's locker and it appears completely cleaned out. Empty.
I suppose
Open
that
all the
does-
lockers.
Down the line. Rifle through
I
everybody's
suppose
shit.
that does fit with the story of this Harold leaving town or disappearing. This points to premeditation.
Who's next?
Dugan.
You open Dugan's locker and find that it contains several books on alchemy, as well as a children's history book of ancient tribes of Icewind Dale. And inside the books are scraps of paper with ideas and formulas for different flavors and styles of mead.
Ooh, I take this. Also, why does he have a children's history book? Is he a child?
Only children read children's books.
I'm just picturing like child labor at this point in this mead factory. It's like his homework.
Celeste slams the book down on the woman's office. How dare you! Child labor laws! What?
Celeste is now off on
11-year-old going on lunch break, pulling a book out of his locker. I got half an hour. Better catch up with my children's book.
No, see, children don't call it children's book. It's just books to them. That is what you find in Dugan's locker.
Dear Lord, what did I walk myself into here?
child labor.
That's right.
You are on internal investigations now for the Mead Hall.
And I don't have ASMR voice anymore, right?
No,
No,
that was a crazy quality on that.
it was great.
Go Apple products.
All right, open Gage's locker.
Inside Gage's locker is a First of all, it looks like there's some equipment that would have to do with like bee tending and like books on bees and bee accessories. And you see what looks like a journal.
Wait, accessories for bees?
Like tiny hats.
We have our culprit. She was in league with the bees the entire time. She was supplying them neckties.
A side hustle.
Y'all can really only see it on the camera, but I can hear it here in the house, and he's just literally losing it over all
Oh,
this.
we broke him a second
Just
ago. I don't
dying.
know if you heard the bees in a van story, but
Oh man.
I heard the very tail end of it as I was trying to gently place the baby down, and I just hear his loud ass voice coming up the stairs.
Shrieking.
Yes. And I'm sitting there going, he better not wake up this goddamn baby. This is attempt number 4. Don't wake her up again.
Inside the book is a piece of paper
With a bee in a van.
that says, written on it in sort of formal lettering, is evidence of malfeasance. If anything should happen to me, use these notes as evidence against Dugan and Harold. And the journal dictates notes kept over several days of noticing them stealing small quantities of mead and utilizing an old emergency tunnel underneath the brewery. And the final entry explains how she followed them down a tunnel one night several days ago and saw them in a nearby cave. She didn't venture inside, instead made these notes in the journal just in case, but mentioned that she would confront them the following night. That is the last entry.
I'm sorry, did we meet any of these people? Were any of these the people who were asking us to steal mead?
No.
No, okay. All right. So we have a tunnel to find.
yeah, is there any evidence of where this tunnel is in these notes?
It specifically says beneath the brewery, and the brewery is specifically a part of this Mead Hall that none of you have been in yet.
Oh.
Now, Thimbleweed heard a story about something that happened in the brewery. Whether he wants to relate that is up to him. And where he got that story might also be awkward.
Are you done investigating?
We are indeed. We now know that this brewery is run by children, drunk children making mead.
Jesus Christ.
Celeste, PI.
Wow.
Bees are as big as dogs in there. Apparently, there was some kind of liquid that broke, and now everyone is giant and angry. You saw them; they carried me off.
Did we? Yeah, I guess we did see like him open the door and go in at least.
Yeah.
Sure, they're big as dogs. Okay.
What kind of dog exactly?
Schnauzer?
Yeah, Chihuahua, Great Dane, somewhere in between.
An Irish
Well,
wolf.
Robin, I don't know where you come from, but a Chihuahua-sized bee, where I come from, is still a pretty terrifying thing.
That would be
That is
pretty
a fair
terrible.
point, yeah.
None of us would fuck with that bee for sure.
Chihuahua-sized bee would be fucking terrifying. Actually, now that I think about it, a Chihuahua-sized bee would be more scary than a like human-sized bee. Human-sized bee, I would like run inside and like close the door, but I don't know. A bee like this.
It's harder to hit.
Yeah, harder to hit.
There's not the
Yeah, you
surface
can't.
area.
Hard to
to-
hide from that.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's a bell curve with the size of the bee and the danger level. They get to a certain size, it's okay. I can
It's
escape.
fine. How are they even
They
gonna
have
get
that.
me?
They have that
It's-
critical mass of bee maneuverability and strength that is the most terrifying combination.
Exactly right.
Wait, so sorry. So you told us that there are big bees, and did you tell us about the brewery? There's
Yeah,
something about a brewery.
I relay all the information.
About all that story that happened?
All that story that happened.
Oh, I don't really know much about that story that happened because I haven't been here for a few weeks. So okay, so the brewery, is that where you got taken away by bees?
Yes, I'm in the
Okay.
No, he got taken away by bees in the apiary.
Okay.
section of the brewery.
Okay. Did you by any chance see a tunnel?
There's a giant man that went into a tunnel. Yes. I did not see it, but it happened.
Was his name Harold or Hammond?
He did not tell me.
The name.
And the bees did not say they're in league with any human named Harold or Hammond. But that's a
What is
question you can
Hammond? What is that coming from?
Queen Bee herself.
Hammond was me not knowing the name Harold.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
2
canonically,
minutes after you told me.
it's canonically an employee we all hate at the Mead Hall.
that's right.
Okay.
Do you have any idea where this brewery they mentioned might be for us to find this tunnel?
I have no idea. I can lead you to the Queen Bee, and that's all.
I feel like
There's another
you'll
building
die.
that I couldn't get into earlier. Or I
Well.
didn't get into earlier. I have the key, so I could have.
I suppose process of elimination would leave that as our most likely suspect for the brewery.
Well,
Oh,
good
do
news.
we-
That building is next to the Queen Bee, so we can ask her if we can go in.
I'm sure that will go well.
It went well for me until I had to pledge my undying loyalty to her and help her and her children escape and kill everyone in the town and the surrounding areas. Did I not mention that before?
This deal's getting worse and worse.
Are they going to kill us?
Undoubtedly.
Perhaps this is not the mission we go on then.
That was part of the deal.
Wants to kill us.
You do note there is still a large door that leads to the ramp out in this courtyard, and then Thimbleweed, there was another door leading east that was barricaded from the inside. And the woman Morin, whom you had talked to and is now lying unconscious in the warehouse, did mention the fact that she fled that brewery floor into this warehouse room.
All right, let's try both of those doors. Let's see what happens.
All right, Thimbleweed's got the key. Which one would you like to explore?
Wait, where are you going?
Well, the other door. So
Actually, so one of them is barricaded and not locked. The other one, the outside one, the one you just walked over to out here, is locked. It's a large door.
Yes, yeah.
You want that one?
Let's see what's behind it. I suppose if it's more dog-sized bees, then perhaps we close it again.
Perhaps. You got to be pretty fast, though.
You leave that door cracked open an inch, they'll just zoom in.
Yeah, they'll do that.
The Chihuahua ones will, but
Not
right,
if German
exactly.
Shepherd.
not the big ones.
all right.
Multiple
I'll,
classes.
I'm gonna listen at the door.
Give me a perception check. You hear what sounds like a pretty large room beyond this door. You can hear kind of the echoing of like what maybe like liquid dripping, but and like maybe the flickering of some torches inside. But otherwise, you don't hear any sounds. You definitely don't hear sound. And in fact, with the 22, you are certain, based on all the loud buzzing that has been pretty consistent throughout this whole area, in such proximity to the bees, you are certain you do not hear that in this, beyond this door.
I'll open the door.
Hey, look, a buddy.
Hello.
This open 2-story factory floor has been reinforced with stone walls and floors and metal grating for drainage. Over half a dozen 10-foot by 10-foot barrels dominate the floor, rising up to a second-story walkway that wraps around the north and east side, lined with shelves and desks filled with equipment. A glass display case on the first floor, tucked under the eastern walkway, shows a pristine mop. A label reads, "In case of emergency." Main doors exit west and south, with another staircase rising to the southwest over a smaller door below it. One of the large barrels near the middle of the room has been destroyed. Piles of wood and metal debris are scorched and melted, and remnants of the mead inside drip into the grating below. A pair of bleached skeletons lie crumbled on the metallic walkway, one of them only a torso.
It's just like your story.
Look, Celeste, they also have a mop.
Ooh,
And it's an emergency mop.
It's much cleaner than yours.
look at this. It's the Theory 10,000 tube deluxe.
She knows her moms.
Just pulls out a here to unseen mop catalog.
From the 1974 NT collection.
They don't make these anymore.
Mhm. For good reason. They killed so many people.
The mop was deemed too powerful by the FDA.
It had to be recalled.
Is that what's in? Is that this thing over here? Is that the case with?
Correct. It is like a glass display case that reads, "In case of emergency."
Okay. And this broken casket over here, you said it describe what's coming out of it again? It wasn't mead?
It looks like mead from what you can tell.
Okay.
Just like the little bit of, I mean, it's empty now, obviously. You just see like little bits like on the floor just kind of dripping down to this grate below.
Go lick it and see.
Yeah. Let's maybe just do a little sniff test. Does it smell like mead?
I have resistance against being poisoned, so I could do the
maybe
whole
you
little
go
finger
smell
jab
mead.
and
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll do the
Looks
pinky
looks
dip.
awfully green for mead.
Yeah, do the pinky dip.
Sure. You reach down to kind of look at that mead, and your pinky stops short as you notice that little bit of bits that's like dripping down is actually seems to be bubbling, and you kind of instinctively you pull your hand back, and it kind of seems caustic
It's acid.
to the touch. And at that same moment, squelching up out of the grates is what looks like mead that seemingly is as a mind of its own.
This is
The
part of
mead
your story,
monster.
too. I forgot this part of your story.
Part about the mead coming to life and attacking you? That might have been a relevant part. I'm gonna need some initiative.
I believe there's a torso
To
involved.
fight
Yeah.
mead?
Fight mead.
I don't know how to
Mead?
do that. Get the mop, quick.
That's right. Yeah, get the mop. This is an emergency.
Yeah, no doubt. Oops, I'm no longer a giant bee.
Boy, one of those meads is fast. The other one's real slow.
But together they make a hilarious couple. Thursdays on NBC.
Christopher gave me bad rolls.
You got the stank on
I
you.
didn't mean to, but I did.
Stank.
I even texted him, "Don't screw this up."
I believe
And
it.
that text is what jinxed me.
let's see. And we are going to get a surprise round with the mead. And then we will continue as normal. And we get some battle music. We have not heard in a while. I don't think we had a fight last session, did we?
No.
Yeah. Just investigations. Mutated mead is going to be reaching out a pseudopod. One of them will go for Valravn, since you are close.
Oh no.
And squelches around terribly.
This is dance.
Yep, it's just splattering its way up. The next one will go for Frey. Don't think 11 is going to do it.
I have to try harder.
Yeah. All right, that was the surprise. So Celeste is the first to recover. By the way, Celeste, so we still need you to short rest from like 2 sessions ago, which is why you're missing some hit points. So if you want to go ahead and roll some hit dice to replenish that, I will let you do that now.
That'll do. Was there a song of rest as well?
There's always
Any
a
idea?
story to
There's
tell.
Always.
Oh my god. Which is what? D6?
D6, yeah.
Ways.
I can't do math. Okay. I'll do it. Okay. Now, our baby is up because she went to sleep at like 5:30.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was super tired. Okay, I'm just gonna come up to this mead and start bashing with my mop. Which
That floor.
I just have like forgotten a lot about.
How to bash mead.
I just didn't remember was like to get my unarmed strike and stuff. I couldn't remember if it had to be a one-handed or a two-handed.
I don't think it matters. You
Doesn't
always
matter,
get
okay.
you always get
Okay.
another unarmed strike afterwards.
18.
18 is going to hit a amorphous blob.
Ooh, 11 bludgeoning.
Wow,
That's been mopping.
that is good mopping.
And then
Slam into it, and its bits of mead fly everywhere. Although you notice it is pretty acidy. Acidic, I guess is the word, not acidy.
ooh, does that mean I do I want to do an unarmed strike? No. We'll go ahead and do that.
Give it a shot. See
Don't
what
want to
happens.
touch, don't want to touch.
4 damage.
Okay. I will also hit it, and it looks like it is diminished quite a bit.
Great, then I'll run away.
Pound that mead. Alright. Whoops, hang on. What did it... Which one is that? Okay. Interesting, it skips them if they're on the... hidden layer. Shit, it automatically does that. Okay, which one was that? That one. Fantastic. Alright, Edmund, before you go, and as Celeste runs back towards this furthest left barrel, it suddenly explodes. Let's see, how do I do this? Let's put you
How do you explode a
here.
barrel?
From the inside. Put it on. There we go, that works.
Oh wow. Yeah. A barrel exploded.
It explodes.
Right in Celeste's face.
Right in Celeste's face, and what rolls out of it is a very large, what looks like the entire contents of this barrel of mead has just seemingly come to life. However, the explosion also is flying with shrapnel and acid, and I need Celeste and Edmund to give me dexterity saving throws. It will not let me drag this thing to the top of the damn initiative. Up there. Now it does it. Okay.
Bus is not here, so you have to do 4.
Okay. Alright. It's the first one is bludgeoning, the second one is acid, but if you don't have any resistance for either one of those, then it is 9 total damage. I will roll for her. Save. Save's pretty good, except I rolled real bad. She will also.
On it.
Yeah, I did. She will also take 9 damage. And this jelly bursts out and attacks. Or Mead.
Oh, she found the big one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna attack Celeste. That
Ouch.
is, I think, going to hit. Another 8 damage will just be diminishing her hit points for when she returns.
Let's heal those up.
Yeah, slamming and then doing some acid burns on the way. Edmund, now it is your turn.
I want to just run by all the barrels and just trigger everything.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, Thimbleweed's standing right next to one of them, and so are you. So I don't know if all of them are gonna explode, but
Nobody move.
And right.
Don't do anything. Let the slimes eat you.
that's right. That's right.
Let the slimes.
It's the best way
Embrace
forward.
the slimes. Pledge your loyalty to the slimes. It worked for the bees. Do you slimes have a queen?
Yeah.
So is this really an upper layer up here? Like
Yes,
a
it
second
is.
story?
Yep.
Is that an environmental hazard? Because Edmund notices all environmental hazards.
It appears to be a walkway that goes around 3/4 of this room.
I know, I'm looking for environmental hazards. He hasn't set up any.
I
easy
have
ones.
created the environmental hazards this time.
And what is this white thing over here? Is that anything?
It is a display case filled with a mop that says, "In case of emergency."
It seems like an emergency. Well, I'm a terrible attacker, so let's just run up the stairs.
Luck, everyone.
Bye. And how high is the second part?
It's a story. It's about 10 feet.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I will take my action to dash. So another 5, 10, 15, 20,
Wow.
25, 30.
Yeah, so just to reiterate, you are not within melee range of, like, this, you know, if you were standing above this slime, you would not be in melee range because it's, you know, on the floor when it burst out of the thing. I'm trying to do 2 different elevations on one map, basically.
Okay, that's fine. I did an action. I guess I have a bonus action, right?
Indeed, sir. If you have something that uses a bonus action.
I do. What purpose does it serve? I don't know. Let's see. Nah. Wait, hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, you know what? I want to try one thing real quick.
Sure.
Will you allow me to thorn whip that mop? If it's I think it's within 30 feet of me, right?
It's behind a case, though. What I would allow is you'd have to use one thorn whip to basically break the case, and then the next one would maybe lasso it, depending on how the whip is worded.
Do it.
Okay.
Case.
Yeah. It's really crap damage.
How much HP does glass have?
Not much. With that, using a spell especially, you whip out your Vine Whip and you manage to crack, and...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was an action. I can't do it.
Oh, you're right, because
Right,
you did
use your
dash.
action dash.
That's true, that's true.
You know what I'm gonna do next time.
Yeah, good thought process, though. Alright, this Mead will continue to attack Celeste, because they appear to be... Or, Frey, because they appear to be pretty mindless.
Yeah, that'll do it.
18 Frey for 11. Bludgeoning, 6 bludgeoning and 5 acid damage.
I have resistance against poison.
Yet,
Does that count for
it's
anything?
not quite poison. Acid is, in fact, a separate damage type.
Well, that's dumb.
Thimbleweed.
All right. I will shoot 2. With my short bow.
16 will certainly hit with your arrows.
For 12 damage.
Final answer, because you usually have multiple steps in your damage.
I think it does feel very quick. I think that's all.
Okay. You said number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. That arrow sinks in deep and looks like it has diminished quite a bit. Flecks of acidic mead squelching around. Both of these smaller meads appear to be quite damaged when they first appeared.
Oh, you know what? I did speak too soon. I'm going to make
Make me do math.
the slime's my favorite foe.
Wait, really? Oh, sorry. You can make slimes. Okay, that's yeah.
What a weird choice.
Going to Icewind Dale. I hate slimes. This is the new Ranger alternate feature where you actually
1d4, sorry.
choose your
right.
favored foe, which is
It's a 1,
much
so
better. 1 extra damage?
Yeah.
Okay. You've pledged your undying hatred towards slimes.
yes,
Oozes
my
and-
newfound undying hatred.
We're making a lot of big swings this session.
Yeah.
Full loyalty to bees, undying hatred to slime.
The slimes will remember that. Your renown with the bee faction has increased.
That's right.
You are now amicable. You can rest in their town. Valravn.
Well, I don't. Let me look. Valravn is remembering now a thing he forgot from 3 sessions ago.
He hates
He's
oozes.
out of everything
Yeah.
that we never long rested. But thankfully, creature doesn't need to understand me to face my.
Are you gonna viciously mock the ooze? You spineless bastard!
That's right.
Alright, give me your...
And the malformed amorphous creatures knew that they were wrought from the most unholy, sinful of substances, alcoholic beverages. And that as such, their existence was tainted by the sin of their origination.
They really don't have to understand you to have this...
That's right. Cheers to that.
Somehow on some cosmic plane, the oozes understand your beating.
That's right. They do. This
Ah.
is number 1.
If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
Although,
Well-
actually, that is a good point. Can they hear me?
As you find out, the mutated meads have the condition immunity of... Or wait, it says... You know, that's a good point. They're immune to being deafened, but that doesn't mean they don't hear.
On any character sheet, on any NPC or monster character sheet, does it say deaf or...
Here's the thing. They're immune to blind because they don't have eyes. So I'm going to rule if they're immune to deafened, they don't have ears. So they cannot hear you.
That's fair.
Because they're fucking oozes, Christopher!
Hey, you know what? I've insulted a lot of things that should not have been able to be insulted. This is nuts.
I appreciate that. You quivering blob of alcoholic massive nothingness.
I could see that really like affecting Valravn as he's doing all of this and saying these things, and then there's like no reaction. He just has that like moment of,
oh, this is not a good audience. Oh shit!
It falls upon deaf ears, quite literally.
That's right.
Yep.
So instead, Valravn is going to, in a fit of panic, that this new audience of enemies cannot understand his insults. Valravn is going to puff out in a cloud of green smoke. And,
Ooh, lay on top of one of the barrels. They seem safe.
yeah. He is going to phase step. Actually, you know what? He's not going to face step. He's going to do the other one. Faye touched Misty Step, because that's not the same effect, though. So he's going to Misty Step just up here on the balcony, away from danger.
Yeah.
Hello, Edmund. And that's my turn.
All right. As you phase step out of the way, you reckon that was a pretty good idea because another barrel explodes.
Oh dear,
He's really trying to make me use my last rage.
We did trigger them all.
Still just a rat in a cage. This barrel explodes with shrapnel and mead flying everywhere. And I'm going to need Celeste, Thimbleweed, and Frey to give me a dexterity saving throws.
Chris has tainted my character sheet.
Touched it. I got my stink on it, and will never...
Thimbleweed, you take half of that 6 damage. Celeste and Frey, you take the full 6 damage from the shrapnel that explodes. And it spawns another ooze.
Sorry, how much damage did I take?
6. And that ooze will reach for Thimbleweed.
Oh boy.
It's Mead Pod, Pseudopod.
I'd like to remind everyone this was Valravn's idea to go in this room.
And misses terribly.
That's true.
Frey.
Yay, it's my turn. Seeing all of the fun combatants within the room, Frey just starts to laugh maniacally and bounce from foot to foot. Just getting real. That's how she hypes herself up. But she's only like this tall, so it looks really funny. So yeah, we're gonna get some rage going. We'll get some reckless attack going.
What is your beast form that manifests?
Beast form is going to be
paragraphs she's throwing into the chat.
yes, just to aggravate you. We're gonna go claws again because claws was good.
Claws was good last time, yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with the little guy, number 2. Let's see here. And I get advantage because I'm reckless.
All right, with one fell swipe of your claws, you splatter that mutated mead.
I'm turning
into
number 1.
nothingness. Claws give you extra attack, and you do the same thing to that one. Absolutely destroy it. Just a 1-2 shing shing.
She's gonna go up to the big boy and say, "Come on, big boy, let's go."
They can't understand you. I've already tried.
Come on, let's go.
But understands the language of violence.
That's right.
It'll understand this.
Yeah. Doesn't understand pain.
It had to watch me murder its children.
Now it knows.
Celeste, you have begin-ulated. You took some damage when the other one actually attacked you as well, when it burst out of its...
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I know one way to fight alcohol, it's with bleach. I'm going to use my Radiant Sun Bleach Bolt. And I will,
Hold on. I'm going to say that for anyone watching, that is not medical advice.
Please don't actually combine alcohol and bleach.
Wait, what? Alcohol plus bleach. Produces chloroform. Okay.
Yeah.
Take 46 poison.
We all immediately die.
That's right.
TPK without even realizing it.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna run away a little bit, and then I'm gonna attack.
Now, do you have to attack before running away to trigger your thing, or how does it work?
It has been so. You know, I think you're right. I think I do have to. It's been so long since I've done combat.
Yeah, I think you have to hit them and then you can escape.
I think you're right. Oh crap. Okay, because what I wanted to do was. Ooh. Okay. So that's fine. I'll do that then. So I will just a regular old mop attack. This one nearest me.
19 will hit.
5 bludgeoning damage.
All right, you slam into that giant pile of mutated mead.
And well, okay. So then, what I wanted to do my Radiant Sunbolt and use this special attack as a part of it. But I don't know. I can spend a key point to. Oh boy. So I wanted to do the Radiant Sunbolt thing, right? But at this point, I don't know that I have a bonus action to do that.
All you've used so far is your action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just the Radiant Sunbolt thing always confuses me because it says, you know, when you take the attack action on your turn and use the special attack as part of it, you can spend 1 key point to make the special attack twice as bonus action. But I haven't even used that yet.
Oh, yeah. So you have to use the Sunbolt as your action to get to do the bonus action thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was trying to do. Because that makes that less. Let's see what else you can do. Make a attack from short warning. Okay. I think instead, let's see, what is my HP? Is it 14?
Can I take another acid hit?
4. I have things on. I have relentless endurance. What does that do? That's like if I can, instead of dying, like I'd be okay. So, okay. I want to undo what I just did. Can I undo that? And instead just use my Radiant Sunbolt.
So we're not attacking with the mop?
I don't want to attack with the mop. Instead, I just want to attack with my Radiant Sunbolt because then I can do that 3 times. But then I can't move without taking, because it's not a melee attack, right? So then I can't move without taking
Now you're confusing me.
a hit. It's a confusing character,
You
all right?
picked it. I didn't give you this character.
No, so because I have to melee attack, like you just said, like the mobile feat, you have to melee attack in order to just like run away free. right?
That sounds right.
And so instead of doing that, I want to stay here and potentially die, but I'm going to be able to attack a lot more. So I don't want to attack with my mop. And instead, I want to attack him with my Radiant Sunbolt.
Right.
Because here's that. That's what that.
Yeah.
Because then I can do it 3 times by spending a key point. So that would be number 1 for 5 radiant damage.
Is there any rule about range attacking somebody in melee?
I don't know.
Isn't that a thing?
Well, you could just Radiant Sunbolt the other one.
You could.
Yeah, I could do the other one. I don't know. Yeah, would I be at disadvantage?
I think
you have disadvantage in melee if you're using a ranged axe in melee, but you could just turn around and shoot the other one.
No, I'm just shooting the other one.
Okay.
All right, so that's 1, and I'm going to spend a key point to do it again, because then it says you can do it twice as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 7.
Wow. See all that deliberation, but she comes out with a crit.
Yeah, I'm adding up.
So that's 11.
All right, that was a lot of damage. So just a triple blast of bleach coming at this thing and just exploding bits of light disinfectant slamming into it as pieces of it come sloughing off.
And chloroform gas.
And suddenly the area is just filled with chlorine gas. Oh god. So dangerous. Alright, so now did you want to run away?
I'll just stay here, because otherwise he'd get an attack of opportunity. I might as well just stay here, I think.
Alright, big one is still going to be... These things don't appear to be using any kind of tactics. They're just attacking whatever is close by. Oh, the game giveth and taketh away, as that one gets a crit on Celeste. Which is bad, because I roll multiple dice for that.
Oh, no.
So it looks like your Relentless Endurance is going to come through after all. 17 and 20, 26 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, cool.
So, remind us again of how Relentless Endurance works.
It's just, instead of, I drop to 1 hit point instead,
Okay.
and I can't, yeah.
Alright. So you see Celeste hang on thanks to her half-orc heritage. We go to Edmund up on the railing. Or walkway.
Let's see if the DM will allow this.
The new player.
That's how you know something good is about to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna step back 5 feet and attempt to run and jump. Will this give me enough for a long jump if I were to jump off this?
Where are you trying to end up?
By the case with the mop.
Trying to jump on the case?
No, I'm jumping off the ledge. I backed up and I ran my 10 feet to jump off the balcony.
Okay.
So I'm trying to long jump. I want to jump my strength.
Okay. To land
Really,
on the
so-
bottom floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I backed up 5, 10, 15, 20, and while I'm in the air, I turn my rope into a vine whip
Oh my
towards the
God.
case with the mop.
This is going to be a acrobatics check, I think, at the very least, just to keep you from falling on your ass. I mean, you're jumping 10 feet down.
Right.
So you're going to try to jump without
flying
injuring
in the air.
yourself. Yeah.
While I'm in the air, I thorn whip the mop.
The case.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
It makes sense because you're doing a really difficult maneuver.
I'm using inspiration. Let's try this again.
I'd probably impose disadvantage anyway. But
Are
you
you?
can't get worse than that, so.
Wait. So can I use my inspiration?
You can, yeah. I was going to say I would impose disadvantage, but you literally can't do worse than that, so you might as well roll to your inspiration.
Okay, so try again. He's in there. He goes for it. 15.
Okay, that's good enough to hit a fucking display case.
And I bring the mop closer to me.
No, you gotta break the display case first, is what I said. Then you can do it, yeah.
Come
And you
on.
still gotta give me an acrobatics check not to fucking break your leg on the way down.
Come on.
Mr. Jumping
Wouldn't you just take
10
the
feet.
1d6? I mean, it's not even.
What's
Or
that?
is it just
This is to mitigate
the
that,
1d6?
yeah.
Okay.
Unless you just want to take it, yeah. Unless you want to just slam into the ground. And feel free. You will take the 1d6. I'll let you roll it, actually. As gravity reminds you that it cannot be escaped. But with that attack, your epic cinematic attack, you do break the case. You shatter the glass and bust it.
I still have some movement, so I just go over there and just grab them up.
Sure, okay.
It would have been cooler, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, at least I broke the case in one.
You broke the
so-
case. I mean, yeah.
Okay, down.
The whole sequence can be pretty cool. Basically, yeah. You jump in the air, you whip the case, shatter it, you land. A little bit harsh.
Jumble in there.
Yeah, and you kind of run up there and just snatch the mop, which does appear to be magical. But you imagine it would require some attunement/identification to find out exactly how magical.
This
It
does
was
not
too
help
powerful.
in emergencies.
Mr. Thimbleweed.
All right. I will use my short sword to slash at this slime.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's so different from my short bow. Probably doesn't have the same exact stats.
That does hit.
But it's not I don't have all the things attached
Bugs
to it.
aren't on your short
Does a short sword do piercing damage or slashing damage?
I thought it was it's piercing.
It's piercing? Okay.
So I will re-roll that dice. So far that's 8 damage plus
Oh.
5 damage.
See, there he goes
What?
again. He just tells me this thing, so I believe him. He's like, and
So,
more damage,
14
and more
damage.
damage. Alright, hang on. I did the 8. You gotta add me back up from there.
So the 3 makes it an 8 instead of a 6.
Alright, hang on. I'm gonna add the 8 back in. Now tell me the total.
It's 14 total.
14. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All of that being piercing /
Yep.
swarm damage? Okay.
The swarm damage is 5.
Gotcha. Alright. The magical insects that you conjure are not happy about attacking this acid blob creature, but they do it anyway.
Go, my minions!
that thing
Sacrifice
appears-
yourself for
that thing-
minor damage.
They do. It appears heavily injured after all of that. It is quivering, practically.
Somebody in the chat made a good point. If this mop's for emergencies, why does it take 30 minutes to attune to it?
It doesn't take 30 minutes to use it, though. You just don't know what it does.
That's
Maybe if
true.
you had
You
read
guys
the
don't know- yeah.
employee handbook, you would know. Or maybe it's a joke and it doesn't actually do anything. You don't know.
Oh no!
On the back it says, like, second prize for the Good Mead show. The
Right.
Mr. Guinevere, whatever your name is.
I don't even remember at the moment. Well, I don't know, man. I got out
Can't
of there.
understand me.
They can't understand me, and I don't have any spell slots. Ignore that. I mean, click that.
Starts insulting himself.
That's right. How could you not have thought a solution for earless audiences, Valravn? What kind of entertainer are you?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Instead, he will on the ooze number 3. He will be searching through his pack. You know what? Never mind. He's not gonna do that. These oozes are not hard to hit. He will instead fumble in his pack and pull out his rarely used crossbow.
Ah, the crossbow.
And he'll use. Is there a guardrail on this?
Yes, they are up to OSHA safety standards, absolutely.
Okay, so he's gonna use the guardrail because once again he barely knows how to use this thing. He's gonna
Close
use
his
the guardrail
eyes.
as like a mount. He's gonna rest the crossbow
Yep.
on the guardrail and like try to aim it from on high. as you just shoot at number 4. That one's
Sure.
taking some hits.
That one has taken some hits. That's fair.
Doesn't really know how to use.
It's just critical miss.
You know
Goes
what?
right through Thimbleweed's eye.
I will use inspiration on this. That's
All right.
I don't like rolling 1 in general.
19 is more like it.
Yeah.
Feeling inspired. You
Yep.
send that arrow in there, and you see that Mead suddenly quiver and just dissolve the rest of it.
Mm.
Explodes down, dripping down into the grates.
Ah! Did you see that, my friends? I am a martial adventurer after all.
Nobody saw it.
I look around, everyone's doing their own
Somehow
thing.
looking at everything else. Yeah. Oh, did that one die?
Just where you were, the angle you shot at, no one
Yeah,
noticed.
no one knows what happened. Yep.
Is that it?
That's it.
Edmund, you happen to be
Watching
near another exploding. Or sorry. Yeah, it's you happen to be near another exploding barrel. I'm calling you out because you're the one that's near the barrel. Explodes. Give me another dexterity save, please. As a jelly comes bursting out. I think that's actually
Trigger all the traps in this room yet.
that's actually good enough to take half damage.
Was I supposed to take half damage earlier, or did I roll good enough?
The first one I think you failed, and the second one I don't think you were in vicinity, right? Or were you?
No, the one by Celeste. I did really well.
Yeah, you rolled a 21 or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to take half damage. Sorry.
Oh shoot, I don't know what that was.
I don't. You have to scroll up. You take half damage on this one also.
Which is 3.
Yeah.
I'll just take
Yes.
3 on the last one.
Yeah. I
Shrapnel
don't know.
explodes and a jelly pops out. As it is next on the initiative, which means it is going to be attacking you. It's meaty pseudoped arm. Man, there's a big wide miss though as it explodes out and then just rolls along the area. That one is dead. So we go to Frey. You are muted.
Oh, yeah, whoops. I was saying, I bounded gleefully over here on the balls of my feet.
Excellent.
She's basically dancing. We'll throw more reckless attack out here, because, you know, why not?
Okay.
Hit the big guy.
All right. You slash him for 9 damage, and this ooze, upon being this size and taking that kind of damage, seems to split in front of your eyes.
Is that why
Only
you're
because
asking
two-
about slashing damage this whole time?
Oh my gosh. I've been paying very much attention to
Are you
this.
sure that's piercing?
Somebody must do slashing damage.
Man, I give him a short sword as piercing. That's bullshit.
13 hit the small one
Yes, it will.
for 12 more.
For 12 more damage, and that one splits again.
They get smaller than this?
Oh yeah.
They
So-
soon become poor microscopic size.
Just covering your skin.
Oh,
God, I can't get them
Eat
off.
you from the inside out.
Yeah, so the two in front of you now are technically of the small size, but they still take up the same
So
square.
they're my size.
Yes, in fact. But you notice, obviously, when you're attacking, it's still doing the damage, and they are diminishing smaller and smaller. But hilariously, it does not diminish their attack damage.
Oh no.
It's just as hard, apparently. Which I also realize, how does this work with their initiative? I guess I need to
They all have the same number still.
I
They each have
know.
their own initiative.
So I'm gonna have to make. I'm gonna have to re-roll. Shoot, which one was the original? Let's see. Let's make. This one is 6. think the one on the lower right was the original. That one is 7. It's a little tricky with the jellies. Yeah, so let's roll for this one.
What I would say, Frey, stop doing that, but Frey's probably wouldn't even listen.
Yeah.
She's in the zone. She's got a slash.
All right.
I mean, I could use my axe. It's also slashing damage.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
So I looked at this in the crafting episode, and we're all going like, "Wait, does anybody do?" Oh yeah, Frey. Frey's definitely gonna split him.
Frey's gonna slash.
I was like, "Fuck." Thimbleweed does arrows. Celeste does bludgeoning or radiant, and
Yep.
those two are spells. But good old Frey, she's gonna be splitting the oozes.
glad I could help.
Yes.
I did technically kill 2 of them already.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
We go to one of the small oozes that you created. It will be attacking you with its pseudoped, which is apparently just as strong. It has advantage, though, I believe, because you recklessly attacked.
I did, yes.
15.
Ties.
Hacker wins ties.
What type was bludgeoning? So I take half of that.
Ah,
And
so this
resist-
is when the split, yeah, damage comes into
Yeah.
play. Because you can resist bludgeoning, but not the acid.
Mm-hmm.
Fun with that math.
I can do math much better than you, thank you.
That's why I keep you around. All right, that's all it can do. Celeste, you are still hanging on to the mortal coil.
Ooh. Okay. I will swipe at the ooze closest to me so that I may run away.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna have to hit number 3 and number 6 to run away.
Well, her mobility triggers if she gets. I think if she hits an attack.
Oh, if you hit anybody.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
Hey, guess what? Oozes have pretty low AC.
Wow.
Oh,
An 8 will hit.
Surprisingly.
They are just
Hey.
blobs.
well, yeah, it is surprising. All right, so it's 6.
All right, well, you smash that one, but good.
So, okay, so technically I just don't provoke an attack of opportunity from that creature, but I also don't have to hit it.
You're gonna make me lift this
So-
fucking feet up, aren't you? Holy crap!
No, it's here. But it doesn't matter because I can still do it. So I hit the one, so now I can do my unarmed strike against the other one.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then you got.
Now I have melee attacked both of them successfully.
this is
That's
true.
right.
This is true.
Now I may run away.
Now you may run away. The slimes nod
Pow,
their
pow.
and they grant you permission.
as is tradition.
This is
That's
tradition.
right.
They
And
respectfully.
Ooze etiquette.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to listen to that barrel? Make sure it's not about to explode on you.
Yeah,
God.
brave of you.
I'm gonna-
Bold choice
hold
to hide
on.
behind the.
I am.
Celeste moves to
Continue to
hide
run. I'm
behind
gonna
the
run.
barrel. I'm feeling good about this barrel right here.
That been
guys.
routinely exploded. The 4th one, gotta be clear, right?
Yeah. Knock on that one. That one is deceased. So we go to Edmund.
I start mopping at the base of this slime.
You can use that mop as a weapon, Edmund. Add it to your sheet as a +1 quarterstaff.
That is my thing.
You could have run over there and grabbed it at any time, miss.
Wow.
I've got 50 feet movement. Add it to your character sheet as a +1 quarterstaff, and then I will explain what happens if you hit that ooze with the mop.
A plus, oh my gosh. Plus
Just
one
here, go to
quarter-
the compendium and search for quarterstaff, and it'll have a +1 quarterstaff, and drag it onto your character sheet.
I've never done that before.
Holy crap!
Okay, so you said take a quarterstaff +1 and just drag it?
Yeah, make sure
You
the character
can't
sheet.
have your character sheet popped out though. It has to be in the
That's true.
screen.
Good point.
Alright, pop it back in.
Yeah, that's a good point. I always pop them out.
I always pop it out too.
Always popping it out.
Always pop it out. That's such good advice.
That's
man.
been my motto. It's worked well so far.
No, it hasn't.
At least not what my parole officer says, but you gotta stop popping it out. That's my
Quarterstaff +1.
That's my motto. Yep, you can attack with it with a quarter. Now check the attack bonus I don't.
Mhm.
I assume artificers can use quarterstaff, so I think you can use your proficiency bonus with it. And it would be that plus strength plus 1.
Is it a simple weapon? What is this thing?
I think quarterstaffs are simple.
I think quarterstaffs are simple.
It says melee weapon.
Quick chat, is a quarterstaff a simple weapon? Is it not saying here?
It just says melee weapon. Oh, simple.
Simple.
comma,
Yeah,
set.
it is simple. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I am proficient.
Yep, so you can use your proficiency bonus, and it's your strength
Oof.
that you're using to attack with it.
Not very good.
Not very good, but it's a +1 modifier at the end of that, as you will discover when you're wielding it.
So why is there a damage and damage 2? Why are there...
Because you can use it two-handed.
Yeah.
So if you use it one-handed, it's a 1d6 bludgeoning. If you use it two-handed, it's a 1d8.
Okay, so do I get to pick?
Yeah, you'll have to. So when you put it in your character sheet,
What?
Motherfucker rolls a crit with this mop.
This mop is mine now.
This mop is mine now.
Sorry, Celeste. Mops are.
By the way,
now.
I have started the MVPC poll. I don't know why it's not showing up on the window as usual, like it should be. That's a bummer. But please vote in the MVPC poll.
Celeste breaks her own mop in a fit of rage. Snaps it if ever need.
Raymond, as you...
3. The 7 plus 3 is the two-handed, I guess. So just look at the first box.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, so it actually rolled both.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do 8 damage?
Mhm.
Alright, as you strike this
Right.
ooze...
Can I
Oh.
use two-handed, or do I have to be...
You tell me, how many hands do you want to use on this thing?
You don't have. I mean, you can use. There's no like restriction
It
there.
doesn't affect my
long as you can-
proficiency or anything, right?
No.
As long as you, as you have simple
As
weapons.
long as you have free hands, then...
Well, yeah, I don't know how to use this, so I'm just using two-handed. I
Yeah,
assume.
sure. You
Yeah.
can use 2 hands. That's what, 2 more damage?
You've watched Celeste a little bit, maybe.
All right, sorry.
Alright.
I jab at it. Okay.
10, yeah. Roll 3d6. As this mop makes contact with this ooze, and you see kind of a similar effect of what Celeste does, which is like a blinding, cleansing blast coming out of it. You rolled kind of shitty, but it does an extra 8 damage to that slime.
Each powered mop.
Remember the first times we've been discovering the uses of a magic item through experimentation.
Do I want to do anything else? All right.
Milk Jelly, it's now your turn. This one will slime its way over to Frey, because Frey is the closest one. And miss. Oh no, sorry, it has advantage. Keep forgetting.
Oh.
Good old Frey. And hit. Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
That is maximized damage.
that hurt a little bit.
Double 6s.
It is half of that. Though,
It is
right?
half of that one, yeah.
Yeah.
So just, I think, 10 total. But, damn. Didn't know they could get that high. 14 bludgeoning.
Right? That's.
I could hit Balrobin or Edmund with one of those.
Dear Lord, so they roll max on everything. They do 20 damage in a hit.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Thimbleweed.
All right.
Oh, that's a good point. Chat, thank you. That 3d6 should have gone off twice.
Because
it
you
was a crit.
crit.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I forgot about that. Thank you, Nick. You are correct.
Extra bleach on that.
Yeah. So if we reverse a second, because Edmund, because you crit on this fucking blast, you deal another 12 damage, and that destroys this fucking ooze. One hit knockout.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you. I completely forgot about that, but that is true. You reroll all the damage dice on a crit. You dealt.
Edmund becomes a janitor now.
Yeah. Basically.
All of his actions were leading up to this moment.
Very impressive. All right, sorry. Go ahead. Thimbleweed.
No, it's all right. All right, I'll short sword for 9.
Well, as I mentioned, they have very little
I rolled
AC. It's
2.
pretty hard to miss an ooze.
All right,
Nice.
1d6 for my swarm, and for my favored enemy.
You kind of hate them. I mean, you're kind of annoyed by them.
them.
It's not. Yeah, enemy's a strong word.
They haven't really hit me, so it's,
That's true.
They're no grung.
Still thinking about the
Yeah.
bees. But that will destroy this ooze. I can't believe a short sword isn't slashing. That's. I'm gonna have to talk to Wizards of the Coast about that. That seems ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
fine.
Ramen, you've got, I think, one small ooze left.
Yep. All right. Well, Robin will adjust his crossbow aim from the railing and take another shot. Successfully.
Wow, you guys are really taking advantage of their really shitty AC, aren't we?
That's right. For
Uh,
3 damage. That's wonderful.
Good job, all Ramen.
I'm helping.
Yep, that sinks into the ooze, and it looks like it's on its last ooze legs, and yet still up. This is the least slashing damage party of all time. That one is dead. We go to Frey.
Okay. I'll just attack regular. Because, yeah.
That reckless kind of bites you in the ass a couple times. I know in that Knoll Cave it was nasty pants.
Yeah. Bites me in the butt sometimes.
But that one I had more enemies than you guys, so the action actually worked on my favor.
Right.
This time it only came up a couple times. Frey, you sink your claws into that ooze, and it quivers and dies. And you guys take a breath, and no other barrels appear to be exploding. Area appears to be quiet.
Frey
Now we're
sits down and has a snack.
Now we're terrified of the remaining 5 barrels, though, right?
Here are the barrels.
Can I pick up a glob of the mead monster and throw it at one of the other barrels and see what happens?
Yeah, you guys jack with the barrels, and they don't. I mean, you tap on them, you rattle them, and nothing else seems to happen. You kind of notice, you know, without investigation check, you guys have time, that these ones seem to be all connected to each other in some way, like tubes and shit, whereas they are apparently not connected to the rest of these barrels.
Okay. So something got into the system.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to have a snack. Pull out one of my snacks.
Your snacks? Is that a short rest?
Yeah, if you guys
Yes.
needed to, you could
Yes.
absolutely, you guys could absolutely short rest.
Since we decided not to take a long rest before doing all this crap.
Yeah.
and then you
We
recall,
could always go back and do that now, though.
you recall that the from what that woman who is still unconscious in the warehouse, the DM will constantly remind everybody that only Thimbleweed knows about, mentioned the fact that the person was attacked, had drunk a potion to make himself big, had been tackled into one of the barrels along with all the other potions he was carrying, and that barrel exploded, and then the oozes seem to have come to life out of this barrel. And he ended up escaping down a tunnel beneath one of these grates.
Oh, so this is the brewery then.
This is the brewery, yes. That's what I was getting to with that. So you will, without needing to find a check or anything, now that you, at least Thimbleweed would know, generally where to look. You could probably even see one of the grates slightly askew. And a tunnel beneath. But you guys are free to short rest. And I believe that will...
Gonna come up to Celeste
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, it looks like your mop is broken. Here you go."
Literally snapped her mop over her knee in rage. Watching this majestic holy light fall upon Edmund as he struck this ooze.
The Chelsea was so strong.
I have no need for this mop, but I am not good with this weapon.
He says that, but he's being...
Giving me the magic mop?
No,
Yes,
what did you
I
call
am.
it before? What was the name you gave it? Because that's going to be canonical.
Oh God, a Spiri some number deluxe.
3,000 or
know.
something.
It was like a
Three-
Spirit
Yeah.
3000.
Somebody in the chat will remember and they can name the mop.
We're reading Harry Potter right now.
That's what
with
made me
our son.
think of that. Yeah.
So it was really hard for me not to say Nimbus 2000. Oh, thank you. And then this is the best gift anyone's ever given me. And she just breaks down in tears.
Okay. And he walks away.
It doesn't stick around for the emotional part of it.
Anyway, that way you can attune to it during our short rest.
Right. Do you guys want to do that now? Do you want to know what that mop is now, or do you want to save that for the beginning of next time? Because this will be the end of our session. But I will let you
Sure,
make
we
it.
can do
It would help her enter it
now?
into her character sheet for next
Sure.
session.
Okay. Well, as Edmund has already discovered parts of its abilities. I don't remember the name of it. I named it. Where did I name it? Where did I put it?
Change it to Spirit 3000.
Yep, I'm gonna change it to whatever the hell you called it.
Spiri 3000 Deluxe.
I don't know how to spell that for me.
SPEERY, obviously.
All right. It's a very like nonsense consumer products name. I
is.
like it.
All right, the Spirit 3000 Deluxe. So that is a mop that requires attunement, so you can attune to that. This wooden mop remains sparkling clean at all times. While attuned, the mop confers +1 to attack and damage rolls. If you hit an ooze with this weapon, the mop deals an extra 3d6 radiant damage. By spending an action using the mop, you can create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. Alternatively, water sprays out in a 15-foot cone, extinguishing exposed flames in the area. Or you can destroy up to 10 gallons of water or a 5-foot cubic square, or clean any non-magical object or surface. You can spend an action whirling the mop around you, invoking its cleaning powers. Each creature of your choice within 5 feet must make a con saving throw. The DC equals 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom bonus, or take 1d6 radiant damage. This damage increases to 2d6 at level 5 and 3d6 at level 11. Once per day, you can activate the mop's self-cleaning abilities. By spending an action, you can toss the mop up to 30 feet. The mop animates, sprouting little arms and legs, becoming an animated construct you control for up to 8 hours, or until its hit points are reduced to 0. You can mentally command the mop by using a bonus action if it's within 120 feet of you, issuing general commands, such as stand watch, mop this room, or violently cleanse the dirtiest enemy. If you issue no commands, the mop defends itself against hostile creatures.
So if it's got little arms and legs and you tell it to mop this room, does it just do like the booty shake?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Does it
Like-
hold
It's like
itself, or-
Fantasia. It's like Fantasia and Mickey Mouse.
That's exactly what it is.
What if it grabs,
Amazing.
it grabs a smaller mop?
It's got hands. It's got these tools.
So there you go. That's for all of you that watched crafting.
Wow.
This is the item I came up with.
That's
for-
amazing. That's amazing.
That is the Spirit 3000 Deluxe. Magic
Like that
mop.
scene in Beauty and the Beast where they're all cleaning and the mops are all dancing together and
That's
swirling.
right.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, so you guys can either short rest now and do the hit points, or we can save that for next. Let's see. And Celeste, you were the MVPC of this session.
Thank you.
So you can
'Cause I
roll.
almost died.
I guess so.
She ate an acid attack.
Yeah. So you can roll on our poll. And receive
Ooh,
a
push it.
potion.
How appropriate.
Yes.
That will be used post haste.
All right, and I think that will bring an end to this week's session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Rochelle, Raymond, and Reese for playing. Thank you to all of our wonderful fans for watching. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Wizard, Princess, Christopher, Thomas, Captain Mike, Adam, Aiden, Stan, Nathan, Alex, Chad, Alexander, Dan, Cam, and the Quizats, Hatterack, and Gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Arash, Limpy Spuds, Jerome, Scalenia, Nick, Farny Mick, Butterpants, Blood, Angel, Veronis, Baboon, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, and James. We are live streaming our D&D adventures every week, and we will see you next time. Defeated the Mead Oozes. Got this Speary 3000.
Gonna put it out there. I have no more rages, by the way.
Yeah.
What more could there be?
A giant beehive. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Fair.
See y'all in 8.
Mhm.
That's right.
If you're still alive in 8, I'll come join you.